Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Crowd here in anticipation of their home team, Lakers, in an interconference battle here at the Staples Center. It'll be the Heat off the tip. All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Miami, Dang and Bosh, your small and power forwards. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade, and it's Stoudemire in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Wade, and the layup's good off the glass.
And no doubt the Lakers had some defensive issues last season. I mean, no true center on that roster, and at times they were just feasted upon on the inside.
And so it's the Heat hitting on the board first. Williams kicks to Bryant. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Shot clock at 5. Williams against Wade. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Outside, Dragic. He dishes it to Wade. The 11-footer. Second chance shot. And Bosh with the layup. Bosh has got his first bucket in this one.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Dang against Bryant. The shot is off. And it's Miami the other way. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Wade with it, picked up by Bryant. Wade against Kobe. Here's Bosh. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Could be the first of a lot of mid-range jumpers that we see from him.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Hibbert with a screen on Dragic. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Clarkson's got his first 3 points of the game.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now, here's Dragic. Now the feed to Stoudemire. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Amari Stoudemire, with a change of scenery last season, was bought out by the Knicks, signed with the Mavs midway through the season.
That was the best thing to happen to Stoudemire, in my opinion, Kevin. He got to play playoff basketball again, and we know that wasn't going to happen in New York.
Free throw good, Stoudemire.
And for Stoudemire last year, served as a backup big for the Mavs and was still as efficient as ever.
And both free throws good for Stoudemire.
I don't think Stoudemire will ever be what he once was, but he is a valuable big to bring off the bench for a contending team in limited minutes.
Now here's Randall. Outside Williams, and it goes out of bounds. The last touch by Wade. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in, and that one good from Clarkson.
Couldn't run the inbound play any better than right there.
The Heat leading by 3. Dragic dishes to Stoudemire. Wade against Williams. Knocks Kicks it loose. He kicks to Randall. Here's Bryant. And the Lakers tack on 2 more.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Bosh. Some solid defense from Kobe.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
To the inside. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Wade. That's it, coming off an assist from Dragic.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year, and as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Tariq Black, he's checked in for Hibbert. Bass comes in for Randall. Nick Young's checked in for Kobe. And it's Russell in for Williams. Now, here's Clarkson. 5 points in the game. Inside. And here's the fast break. Winslow's leading the way. The pass to Udrih. Right side a screen. Udrih, the pass to Green. There's the triple. Can't get it to go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Outside Bosh. Plenty of space. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Well, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. They only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year. I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
Lakers trailed by 5. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Young up top, looking for his first basket still in this one. 4 seconds left. Misses in close. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Miami ahead, leading by 5. We'll get things started in the second quarter when... A chance to hear from Chris Bosh about what it meant to him to become an NBA player, the fulfillment of a lifelong dream.
I was obsessed with the NBA as a kid, and just like...
What a great cut from Chris Bosh. That's the kind of guy you can't help, Greg, love for his attitude and ability to be, you know, in touch with that kid he once was. I know you played the same way. Chris Bosh is living the dream like you did and loving it.
It's a great point, Kevin, and I think most of the guys in the league feel that same way. I mean, they may not be able to say it or articulate it as smoothly as Chris does,
sure.
but inside every NBA player is a kid who's still thrilled to wear the uniform and play the game they love.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, The players getting refueled with Gatorade. Looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And let's quickly break down the game we've been seeing from the Heat, guys.
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Really a big part of why they're on top here. The defense has been on point.
On the court for the Heat, they've got Winslow, Gerald Green out there with Dragic. Then there's Whiteside, and it's Deng in at the 4 slot. Green inside the three-point line. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And a lot of teams are looking for coaches that embrace analytics and look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception.
Here's Hibbert. And that one comes up a bit short. The Heat leading by 7. Outside Dragic. Pass to Deng. Outside a screen. Back to Dragic. Knocked loose. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. Shot is off. Nice D from Deng. And former coach of the year Byron Scott now with the Lakers. And as you said, Greg, he's not an analytics guy. And Clark, I think he's a guy that the eye test for him is huge.
Yeah, he feels a lot. Terrific communicator and storyteller. Great experience as a player and as a champion. And I think that all is evident in his coaching style.
Back to Russell. And Luol Deng pulls it down. Deng's got his 3rd rebound tonight. The Heat with the lead. Outside Dragic. In the corner, Winslow with it. The 3. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Winslow's got 5 points so far. Lakers have gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. Different look for Miami. Stoudemire comes in for Hassan Whiteside. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Winslow. Green against Bryant. He feeds it to Russell. Hibbert with a screen for Bryant. Shot off the screen. And that one goes long.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
And for Gerald Green, another productive year last season coming off the bench. Though it was a smaller role, a small step back from the season before when he started over half the games for the Suns.
Well, there was a log jam in Phoenix at the wing position last season. He certainly matured, though, as he never complained about not starting, just went out and did his job.
Just 2 to shoot, and that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. Some changes for the Lakers. Tariq Black, he's checked in for Hibbert. Bass comes in for Julius Randle, and it's Jordan Clarkson in for Lou Williams. Chris Bosh is checked in for the Heat. Udrih comes in for Goran Dragic. To stop the run. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Bass.
For Gerald Green, it's hard to not think about the star that could have been. The 18th pick in the 2005 draft, right out of high school. It was basically athleticism and upside in his game then. He's finally made it in the NBA now, but has improved with skills and guile in place of explosiveness.
Puts it up. No good off the back of the rim.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D. Allen's position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Now, here's Clarkson. He started by Udrih. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And talking about Gerald Green, it seems like he's been in the league forever. But he was only 29 years old last season. By and large, he's avoided major injury, so he's still got plenty of tread left on those tires if he wants to keep going at it for a little while longer.
Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury, of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. And if you take any star off of teams, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to stay competitive once Bosh went out.
Here's Hudrick. He's covered by Clarkson. On the wing, Dang. To the middle. Lets it go from 11. Bosh can't hit. Lakers trail by 10.
You know, Bosh was the big injury hit for the Heat, but they had a lot of other injuries as well. I mean, had to use 31 different starting lineups last season, and 20 different players started at least one game.
Heat moving the ball around. Stoudemire, the screen. And Hudrick kicks to Wade. Here's Bosh. Bosh can't get that one to fall. And for the Lakers, they're shooting a disastrous 25% from the field so far. Young against Bosh. Young dishes to Black. Here's Clarkson. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
And injuries are something that you can't plan for, but you can prepare for them. And hopefully the Heat can avoid injury woes this season. If they can, they at least have players who have been through that struggle last year.
Wade passes to Stoudemire. 5 on the clock. Fires at the elbow. And it's Russell with the rebound. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
It looked like that was going to be blocked, but then he pulled the Houdini act and flipped it in for the score.
And Stoudemire with the basket on the assist by Wade. And the Heat lead by 10.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
And we finished one half of basketball. Heat lead by 10. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, I'm with Eric Spoelstra, and obviously, Coach, some great work tonight on the defensive side of the ball. How does the team's defense play into your offense?
It just energizes us. We have an ignitable group. And that's how we play. So we have to continue to stay the course and try to keep them off the two-point line as best as we can.
Eric, thank you. Kevin, over to you.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. It was a closely contested first for Miami. The biggest lead for them during the period was 6. In the second quarter, they imposed their will on the game and built a 10-point lead at the half. And if things continue to go the same way after the break, they're threatening to run away with this one. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Heat first half.
They had a focus to working inside, and it's working, Ernie. They've done a great job of recognizing mismatches, a.k.a. barbecue chicken down low, taking advantage. He can't guard that man down there, Ernie. The entry passes have been sharp, and it's led to a lot of points. When you control the paint, you control the game, and they've done that so far.
And over to Kenny, your takeaway on the Lakers.
They need to make major adjustments on the offense. Whatever their game plan was going into this game, scrap it. It's not been effective. The shots they were taking were not good shots. They need to find a way to spring guys open where they could shoot a better percentage.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Now the third quarter about to get going. One of the stories here, Justice Winslow getting it done today.
I guess you could say his performance transcends the stat sheet.
That's a good way to put it, partner. No huge numbers, but he's been rock solid, making some very important plays for him.
Lakers trail by 10. Kobe and Randall, the forward duo. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Lou Williams, and it's Hibbert in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. And here's Clarkson. Hibbert with the screen. Bryant, that's for 2. Randall kicks to Clarkson. Rebound by the Heat. Bosh has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Well, a scary moment for Chris Bosh last year. He had to be shut down, Greg, as we all know, for the season after a blood clot was found in his lung.
You know, and Kevin, it really puts basketball in perspective. I mean, it happened right after the trade deadline, and obviously a huge blow to the Heat in terms of their push for the postseason. But fortunately, it looks like he's going to make a full recovery and have a huge impact this season.
Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Stoudemire dishes to Dang. Passes to Wade. Feeds to Stoudemire. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. On occasions last year, the Lakers were all right on offense. Other times, they were just stagnant. There was just no motion, nothing going on.
That's a great point. And their ball movement could use some work. A lot of ISOs last season, and it killed a lot of the flow the team had in the half court.
You know, for the Lakers, they were okay in the assist department, guys, but they were dead last in the league in secondary assists. That, to me, is indicative of an inefficient offense and also a new stat category.
And Miami making a change here. Winslow's checked in. Good on the second free throw.
And for the Lakers and that secondary assist stat, that just means they aren't making the extra pass, or it means they are holding on to the ball too long. Either way, it hurts the offense.
Whiteside's checked in for Stoudemire. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Clarkson passes to Bryant. Hibbert with the screen. Bryant drives in. Crafty move. Hibbert hits the bucket. Hibbert's got his first basket.
He's got to be a little embarrassed for joining the Paratroopers Club on that pump fake.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Right side a screen. Outside Dragic. Dragic a screen on Williams. 3 on the clock. Beyond the arc. And Goran Dragic gets the 3. Dragic has got himself on the board with 3 there.
D. Wade with an excellent pass there.
Lakers trailed by 10. Kicks it to Randall. Outside, Kobe. Picked by Randall. Pass to Williams. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Lou Williams. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. The Miami Heat came up short last season in hopes of getting back to the playoffs. Clark, their road record didn't help them much.
Yeah, 17-24. I don't think you can be that far under 500 on the road and hope to play in the postseason.
Green, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And both free throws good for Lewis Williams.
And how about for the Heat having the best road record of any team that didn't make the postseason in the East? But as you said, struggling on the road will sink a team battling for a playoff spot. Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
Clarkson kicks to Randall. Hibbert with the screen. Bryant gets a wide open look. And the Lakers with another miss.
You know, one final note, guys, on the Heat and their road losses. They ended up going only 2-8 in their last 10 road games of the year. That was a big part of how they fell out of the 8th playoff seed.
And guys, Gerald Green looked to be out of the NBA at one point in his career, but since coming back from Russia, he has completely reinvented himself as a player.
Free throw good, Green. And for Gerald Green, and him reinventing himself, really was just known as a dunker before heading overseas.
You know, Kevin, he came back with a better shot and a better understanding of how to win as a player. Strange to think that there was a time that he couldn't find a way onto an NBA roster.
Nick Young's checked in for the Lakers. Russell comes in for Jordan Clarkson. Up top, Russell. He's guarded by Dragic. Williams with a clean look. Here's Hibbert, and a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Hibbert's got 4 points this quarter.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Randall against Bosch. Right side a screen. Bosch dishes to Green. Shot clock at 6. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Whiteside. Great tee that time from Hibbert. Lakers trail by 10. Williams passes to Randall. Back to Williams. We've got 1:28 left in the third quarter. From 10 feet out, that's good.
Wow, I'm surprised he took that shot, but he has a huge size disadvantage in that matchup. But tremendous job to knock that one down. And guys, the Lakers last season were just a completely different team after Kobe's injury. Not so much in results, but just in how they played on the floor. They actually fared better without Kobe than most thought they would.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Torrek Black comes in for Roy Hibbert, and Brandon Bass subbed in for Julius Randle. And then for Miami, Deng comes in for Hassan Whiteside. And it's Udrih in for Goran Dragic. Bosch, the screen. And Udrih kicks to Deng. And again, it's the Heat missing. And for the Lakers without Kobe last season, it was really a stark difference in styles of play and quality. No single person. Clark stepped in to carry their offense. It took a group effort.
Well, you know, it was almost April, Kevin, before somebody surpassed Kobe in field goal attempts on the team. It'll be interesting to see how they build the offense this year.
Bass can't get it to go. The Heat leading by 8. Green dishes to Winslow. Back to Green. .35 seconds left to play in the third. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Green's got 8 points.
Looked like he was channeling Bob Cousy right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble like that?
Bass, a screen on Green. Williams up on top, guarded by Green. The dish to Bass. Bass with a screen for Russell. Down low. Bosch grabs the miss. Bosch has got his 5th rebound in this one. Green kicks to Udrih. The fader. It's off. Here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Heat out front, up by 10. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
I gotta hold down the city. Gotta let you know where I come from.
Fourth quarter just moments gets away now as we welcome you back. Heat leading by 10. On the floor for Miami, starting the fourth. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. Stoudemire out there with Dang, and it's Green in at the small forward position. Dragic the pass to Green. 6 on the shot clock. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Here's Randall, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Fast break, here they come. 9 feet out. Young's shot is off. And Miami shooting here about 46% for the game. Right side, Green. Steps back and fires. Rebounded by Clarkson.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. To be out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Kobe Bryant is such a great all-around player. I mean, if there's one thing people don't talk about, it's his passing. He's 4th overall in assists amongst active players.
And going back to Kobe Bryant, guys, he had to learn the same thing that Michael Jordan had to learn on his own. To win championships, you have to trust your teammates and not take everything upon yourself.
Yeah, Kobe learned from the best and played with some of the best. So you can't ask for a better way to spend a career.
Roy Hibbert's checked in for the Lakers. Whiteside's checked in for the Heat. Good on both.
You know, one thing that comes to mind with Kobe is his incredible dedication to winning. I mean, you wonder if that has turned off potential free agents. Maybe he's a bit too competitive, but, you know, when you're in the business of competing, hard for me to imagine you can be too competitive.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. We'll shoot one more at the free throw line. With Kobe and his competitiveness, it is something that he's coped with. He said it took him a while in the league, Clark, to realize not everyone loves basketball as much as he does.
Yeah, you know, even if you don't have the same kind of drive that has propelled Kobe all these years, I think you have to respect him for it. It shouldn't be a problem for potential free agents, in my opinion.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did, but boy, that was a nice job.
The shot by Wade, no good. Lakers trailed by 7. And Young, here we go. Dishes it to Hibbert. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. They get Hassan Whiteside. And as usual, he's the one directing traffic out there, guys.
And guys, he always has such a firm grasp of exactly what the game plan is. He's always talking, making sure that all 5 guys are on the same page.
And Miami making a change here. Bosch is checked in. And both free throws good for Roy Hibbert.
Boy, they came out of the locker room at halftime with a much more physical disposition than they had in the first half.
And that helps, Clark. They've gotten extra trips to the foul line, and they need that to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
Dang dishes to Wade. Bosch, the screen. Wade kicks to Bosch. lays it up and banks it in. And the Heat lead by 7.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you. Just trying to get a break in the action to clear some heads here. I mean, they've gone ice cold, and not a bad idea to give them a little quick breather.
Yeah, they needed the timeout here. Anything to try to get them to forget about the missed shots and get themselves back on track.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Gentlemen, Byron Scott had some advice for his team in that last timeout. He actually lit into them pretty heavily, saying, "We're being way too soft on the inside. I'd better start to see some toughness and more shots being challenged. No more easy baskets." Pretty strong words, guys.
The Heat leading by 7. Wade with it, picked up by Kobe. Bryant against Wade, 16 feet away. Bosh can't get it to go.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Randall laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Randall's got 4 this quarter.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
Lou Williams is checked in for Nick Young. Heat also with the sub. Winslow's checked in for Luol Deng. There's 1:54 left to play in the final quarter. Bosh, the screen. Dragic, the pass to Bosh. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got his 5th assist in this one.
Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and hitting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
A minute 42 left here in the 4th quarter. And Kobe, here we go. Shot is off. And Miami the other way now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Winslow kicks to Dragic. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Bosh hits the pick for Stoudemire. Wade outside to the right side. 6 to shoot. There's Winslow, and the layup's good off the glass. And now a 10-point Heat lead.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
And so it's the Lakers with it. Again, the miss by Bryant.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities. Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Miami.
Clark, look at their number of assists.
Well, they minimized the one-on-one situations, Kevin. They got the ball moving, and it found the open guy.
Great ball movement. You're right.
A good win, and a lot went into it, but I just like the showing for Bosh. Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
The Lakers have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. The feed now to Hibbert. Lets it go from the wing, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
Bosh, the screen. Dragic dishes to Winslow. Bosh, a screen on Bryant. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
And the fans clearly don't like that call.
Gave them an absolute earful.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And Young, here we go. Rebound by the Heat.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, exactly. They got to be happy with the outcome here.
Elated, you're right. Now, here's Richardson. Stoudemire with the screen on Williams. Lock at 6. Here's Whiteside, and he bangs it home with one hand.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case here, partner, of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Dwayne, you had a huge impact on the boards tonight. Was that something you tried to do?
Yeah, Coach told me to rebound. I've been trying to rebound lately, so just trying to get down there and help our big guys out.
You did exactly that, Dwayne. Thank you. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Bosh. What are your thoughts, Kenny?
Chris Bosh came to play tonight, guys. And that's a frightening prospect for an opposing team. Because when you got a big who can score from anywhere like Bosh can, it doesn't take much to get him on a serious roll. Makes it easy to see why he's an all-star over and over again, year in and year out.
There must be something about playing on the road that brings out the best in him. I haven't seen this in a player in a while. He gave a very focused and determined effort. And this effort is the biggest reason they're walking away with this win, Ernie, Kenny.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.